Okay, so after testing legacy mode at Jagex, I'm gonna give you my opinion and review of the mode and how is it different from the evolution of combat, and you can see if you're gonna like it, I guess. So first of all, I am not a Jagex mod, because you can see in the video I am, but that was just a test account. I'm actually not a Jagex mod. Also, everything that you're gonna see is in alpha. There are a lot of visible bugs and glitches that will be fixed. So if you see something like interfaces not opening properly, obviously that's going to be fixed in the future. So don't worry about that. We gave a lot of feedback, so they have a lot of things to fix, like just obvious ones. Obviously, when this is gonna go live in the beta, you will be able to give feedback as well, which I suggest you to do that. Yeah, but anyway, that's when the beta is gonna be opened. Okay, so first of all, just want to give some general information that special attacks will be just normal special attacks like in old school RuneScape. You will not need to get any adrenaline or anything like that. Just, you know, special attacks, that's it, old ones. Strength bonus will be instead of critical chance, because right now we have crit chance, and it's kind of like weird because like one amulet gives 4% crit chance and the other gives like 4.2. which is like nothing. Then we have some problems with armor. It's not gonna be as it used to be before. Let's say like 2 years ago, I would go to solo corporal beast with full ganodermic armor, which is magic armor, but I would use it to protect from magic attacks from corporal beast. Now you will not be able to do that because if you use magic armor when you're using melee weapon, your accuracy will decrease dramatically and you will not be able to hit anything. Like you could hit, yes, theoretically you could hit, but it's gonna be just so bad. So you will not be able to use something like hides plus whip. It's still gonna be bad. So if you use melee weapon, you have to use melee armor as well. If you use magic weapon, you have to use magic armor as well. I think exceptions are gloves, boots, and helm. Everything else like body and legs and kite shield has to be specific combat style. So there is a big discussion about pures, level 1 defense accounts, maybe level 20 accounts or level 45 defense accounts. They are not able to equip certain items right now that they were previously, like Black Dragonhide chaps, because right now they require defense. And something like Mithril gloves, they cannot equip that, it requires defense. So they will be reverting most, if not all, pure items back to their original requirements. Also, when you go to Wilderness, you may potentially be attacked by someone who's using Evolution of Combat and you're using Legacy mode. However, there will be specific Legacy mode worlds only, where if you're using abilities, you will not be able to use them. And just in general, most of the things that we have in Evolution of Combat will not be changed. Like prayers, they will not protect you from 100%. It's just, I don't know, I find it to be ridiculous, like 100% protection, like what the hell. So they're gonna keep it at 50, or is it 25 right now? One of those. If you're gonna be using something like Dragon Claws, they're not gonna be as good as they were before because they are only level 60 weapon. Now on the other hand, AGS is amazing. I could hit 900s with one special. That's like almost one hit in PvP. So while AGS is good, you still have to look at the weapon level. Attack speeds of certain weapons in the Evolution of Combat has changed. Let's say Zami Spear isn't as fast as it was 2 years ago. I think it's like twice as slow now. I was trying to kill Corporal Beast and it was so slow. I could still kill it, barely. But I was just not used to that slow attack speed. Even though I'm using Vestas, I think, Vestas Spear in the video, but I was doing it with Zami Spear as well. It's the same speed, slow, and they're not going to be changing that, I don't think. So yeah, I think that's all for the general information about Legacy. Then we have, I tried a lot of bosses when I was at Jagex, so let's go through a few of those. So Tormented Demons, absolutely amazing to use Legacy mode on Tormented Demons. It's way better than, what is it called? Momentum, yeah? Now, if you are not soloing, it may be still better to use abilities, but if you are soloing, you have to switch gear and then you have to switch like ability, so it's like way too much stuff to do. So you would use momentum usually if you're soloing Tormented Demons, but if you're using Legacy, it's like double the momentum damage. You can literally hit 500s with level 80 weapon, so it's amazing on the Tormented Demons. Then we have QBD. It wasn't as good on QBD. I met this guy while I was at Jagex. He killed over 7,000 QBDs. And he said, yeah, it's not as good. You would still better be off by using abilities. However, one thing that I said when I was live streaming, that after 750 kills, I didn't kill QBD for a long time because I was so, like, I couldn't use abilities anymore. It was too much work. So maybe if you're just lazy and you just want to use Legacy mode, you're gonna be good to go. It's like 30-second difference. Instead of 2 minutes, you're gonna kill it in 2:30, or instead of 2:20, it's gonna be like close to 3 minutes. Chaos Elemental, I don't really remember that one. I think it's still better to use abilities on that one, but it's close. Let's say Bandos. Yes, you do hit a lot with Legacy mode, and I could see myself killing a lot of Bandos bosses at Trip. Relaxing, AFKable. However, there is a trick that you can do at the God War bosses. Once you kill the boss and the minions, I think they die instantly, I'm not sure. No, they don't, but anyway, you can stall your adrenaline. So the next time Bandos boss spawns, you can instantly use Berserker, which will double your damage, and you can literally all the time kill it in 19 seconds. Calphite Queen, I don't think if that's a boss anymore, because it hits like nothing. Like literally, I killed it and I was full health. And the last thing that we have is the Revenants. So Revenants will be amazing because Revenants heal whenever you hit them. So if you're using something like darts, every time you hit them, they will heal. So it is best to use something slow like Maul, or maybe even an AGS or something. So whenever you're using Legacy mode, you're gonna be hitting like 500s, and they will be only healing once. And when you're using abilities, they just keep healing and healing and healing, and you can only kill them with threshold abilities most of the time. So Revenants will be amazing, and the armor and weapons will not be dead. That's the thing. They will go up in price because of the... I think most of you saw in the beta, they changed it, so the weapons... well, now they have special attacks, obviously. Vestas, statues, gonna be usable once again. And armors now reduce damage in PvP situations. I think all PvP situations, not just certain, even in wilderness. Revenants will be reborn again. And the final thing that I tested out was PvP. Even though I'm not that good and I kind of suck, I found it to be quite fun. Yeah, even though there was this glitch where if you switch a weapon, it will lag for like a second, so I couldn't like spec properly. That will be obviously fixed, but yeah, it seems that Darok is quite bad. I think like the max hit is like 450, so they said they will look into that and they will fix it, so it will be normal again, because you can see in the video we're just so low, but we cannot KO each other. We could, I guess, if we had like an AGS or something. So if you're doing some high level PVMing, Legacy is not going to be as good. You're still better off using abilities, and it's going to be around 20% slower than it would be if you were using abilities. And yeah, that's all for this video. So if you have any questions, you can post in the comments below. I will try to answer all of them. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.